All right, family. Y'all know what time it is. It's the Truth Hour with General Cyrus Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right. This Sunday, October the 16th, Sunday, October the 16th, we pushed the lecture back. You know, very, very powerful lecture. The 12 deadly diseases of niggerdom. I ain't even got to say no more. Fire, fire, fire for the African mind, revolutionary mind. The link is down in the video description. Hit that link and begin to think, and I'll see you Sunday, family. I was about to go right on in. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace. That's right. At this time, we got a 15% off sale for the family. Come on out, get you some official General Cyrus Sunsetti DVD lectures, T-shirts and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry for the family. We got some nice pieces for you. Holistic tonics and remedies. It's that time to fortify. It's time to fortify now. And we got the home decor accessories for the living room, kitchen, dining room. That's right. Check us out, kingseti.com. Class is 9 sessions, SETI University, generalseti.com. Over 800 video presentations, too raw for YouTube. SETI with the master teachers. Freemasonry exposed, occult science, when Egypt ruled the earth. From Naga to nigger, black woman is God. Olmec, Voyages of the Nile, all debates, all world religions, black power politics, and economics, the complete General Cyrus Sunsetti website, family. GeneralSeti.com. Get your ass in class. That's right. General Seti, keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise, we never come. Exclusive live streams, too hot to handle on YouTube. Just dropped this one. Hip hop should declare a state of emergency for epidemic rappers, murders of rap artists. I'm just adamant about that. You see what I'm saying? I'm adamant about that. And I think Kanye need to get his ass up there instead of putting up that white lives matter and being an OG in the hip hop industry and talk about and build on how we can help stop these brothers from murdering themselves in this industry. That's what the nigga need to be doing. You see? And also we just dropped Why Do Europeans Celebrate their most sacred holidays in the dead of winter. We got some hot ones coming up. You know, tomorrow, you know, the titles will be dropped tomorrow. Are African people still possessed by the spirits of their slave master? And we already know what the answer to that is. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, General Seti, Cyrus Sunsetti, and King Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Comment, share it with your family and friends. And when you comment, I want to know exactly how you feel. Just don't say nothing I don't like because I will ban your ass. Okay? I will. Okay. Now, we looking at, since the other day, dealing with old Kanye, Kanye, he didn't win, he didn't just, he didn't law. I told you that he crazy. You see, I told you that he was mentally ill. Now, I'm not saying that because of what, obviously, the brother said something about the Jews. You see, he said something about the Jews. I think he got into it with old fake ass P. Diddy. And you know what I'm saying? And somehow the Jews came up and Kanye supposedly said that, P. Diddy with them Jews or they conspiring against him or whatever. And he said something, I believe it was on, I don't know if it was first on his Twitter or on his Instagram. I think he might have said something on his Instagram and shit about Diddy with them Jews. And then You know, they done locked his Instagram account, and then he went on Twitter and said some more shit. Nah. The thing you got to understand, nigga. What you got to understand, because I don't give a fuck. You know, just if the man go in on him or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna deal with what they, how they operate with our people any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, when black people do some shit, they want to bring in the spotlights on our ass. But when they do shit, they keep that shit hush hush. When they say shit, they keep that shit hush hush hush. You see what I'm saying? And so, what Kanye is doing, and what I said the other day, because he is a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? He think he can outthink every fucking body. And you know what I'm saying? He believes he can outthink everybody. And so just like I said, them white people, they not, they know that he's patronizing them when he put that shit up there. White lives matter. They know he's patronizing them. You know what I'm saying? And and so he and they know that. You see, and they know that. And so he really is, he don't really know where the fuck he can turn and get some allies, because he just, he talking shit to anybody he can, because that's the narcissistic mind that he got. You know what I'm saying? And fucking nigga, if that's the way you want to be, then ride the fuck out. I'm just saying why you in the motherfucking predicament you in. You know what I'm saying? And really when you setting yourself up for the ultimate demise. I don't, you know what? I don't wish, I'm not the one to openly wish no demise on the brother. You know what I'm saying? But he's done some very serious, and a lot of, I see, when you talk about Kanye, it's a lot of, people out here that think just like he think. You know what I'm saying? And they into the, they into the interracial shit. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't see, him being with the, with the Becky and shit that just took his money. They got all in his pockets and shit. Everybody want to act like Kanye is some type of goddamn, some type of genius and shit. And nigga, how great of a goddamn genius can the nigga be if he allow a Becky nigga to get in his pockets, get and take it, and he have children by and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she then went back to her preferred, her race and shit, and got her man out of her own race and shit, and this, that, and the third, and and just embarrassed you, nigga. You embarrassed yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so, you set yourself up for that. And so, and then you took some bottom feeder. You know what I'm saying? You took something, that, was worthless, and empowered that thing with cash flow and shit. You know what I'm saying? See, this is where we lose. And see, and you know what? What it does is show you what type of nigga is out there. You see what I'm saying? I hear these niggas talking about Kanye. I can hear it in the comment, because you just like him, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want you a Becky too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want you a Becky too. That's really what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, if a nigga ain't talking about die, kill, nigga, you die worthless and shit. You die, you don't leave no inheritance. And even if you got some goddamn money, you understand what I'm saying? You go and, do some dumb shit like Kanye West, Tiger Woods, and all the rest of these sick ass niggas. You see what I'm saying? You don't have, and and the thing is, and I'm gonna talk about the Jew thing. I'm gonna talk about it because they ain't in no predicament to, to ostracize him as wicked as some of the shit that they done to our people that's documented. See, they always, and what he's saying, a lot of it is true. If you're not moving on their agenda, you see what I'm saying, they will move on your ass. And I'm quite sure he understands that aspect of it. But when do you learn that? When do you learn that? You up there fucking around with Mark Zuckerberg and all the rest of them. You think they give a fuck about you, man? You see what I'm saying? When it come down to the get down, you know what I'm saying? They gon' toe the line. You feel me? They gon' toe the motherfucking line. They not gonna step up out of that, out of that hierarchy. You understand what I'm saying? To be with no nigga. That's just real fucking talk. And so, he's saying things out of his mouth. See, the thing is, he might have been with Mark Zuckerberg. And he might have, behind the scene, they might have, you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And Mark Zuckerberg might have had the balls, in that, because Kanye the kind of nigga would let him say it. He probably said, yeah, you is my nigga, Kanye. But soon as you talk against, that Jewish institution, you understand what I'm saying? That's it. He gonna toe the line. He gonna toe the line. And Elon Musk, I don't know if he a Jew or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he is, and don't give a fuck anyway. Just like I said on, the thing is, number one, they always throw this Jew shit up in the nigga face, talking about they Jews. And I know that the book is a fairy tale, but it's a fairy tale that take place in Africa. You see what I'm saying? Who you think you fooling? You see what I'm saying? Many Jewish people, when they come to other nations and shit, and they want to hide and they want to blend in, they just change their name. You see what I'm saying? They'll change their name to some old Anglo-Saxon or whatever, and European name, which the Jew language ain't nothing but Yiddish, German, German, and mixed with Arabic. That's all it is anyway. You see what I'm saying? But you got the quote unquote Jewish language, and you got quote unquote Jewish names, and when they want to hide their Jewishness, you know what I'm saying, they just change their last name into some goddamn Anglo-Saxon last name, and you won't even know who the fuck they is. They white people. You see what I'm saying? And so we know that this, this story, even though it's a fairy tale, it takes place in Africa, where when you start talking about European people and Caucasians, the first Caucasians to even enter that area was, the Greeks and the Romans, and you talking about 332 BC with Alexander, and the first European that really come up. And so those types wasn't even in that area at that until 300. And so you talking about Abraham and all that, understanding that they fairy tales, but the dates that they give them people, 1675 BC and Moses 1200 BC, ain't no Europeans in that area, ain't no Caucasoids in that area at that time. They still up in them caves with their knuckles dragging the goddamn floor. That's where they at. And so, technically they're Caucasoid. And, to say, Semitic, and they keep saying Semitic and this, that, and the third. But we have to understand that it's really Shem. You see, when they say Semitic, it's Shemitic. You can't name no race after a fairy tale individual. Ain't no damn Shem ever lived at any time on the planet. And so they got this fictional category where they say Semitic and this, that, and the third. And then we could clearly go down through the Bible, and you talk about all the prophets from Judah, Joseph, Abraham, Moses, David with Bathsheba, with his, his adulterous, you understand, scandalous self. You talking about Joseph with the with the daughter, the Egyptian wife that he had, which he had Ephraim and Manasseh, his two children, which was adopted into the 12 tribes. You have Moses and his children by Zipporah. Understanding this is fairy tale, but these is African women. These is Hermetic women that these prophets is having these children by. So when he said, in his own state of mind that black people is Semitic, that's correct according to the fairy tale. I'm not, what I'm saying, according to the fairy tale. So y'all, the white Jew ain't the only one that got some stake in the fairy tale. It's a fairy tale, but the white Jew, he ain't got no stake in it, because he can't say he come from no southern Iraq in no damn 1675. You ain't even got one European nation. You can't produce a nation in another man's land before you can produce one for yourself. You see, and so when I look at Kanye, he just didn't back, this didn't fucked his head up. He didn't, he didn't took a very serious L, you know what I'm saying, with this Becky that he was with, the Kardashian woman, that then took his money and took his, his children, and and embarrassing him with a motherfucker that ain't worth 2 cents, and sharing his wealth with this motherfucker and shit. And so, of course the man is, probably he's probably heavily upset about the situation and the embarrassment, you see. And then to come out and put a fucking white lives matter, you know what I'm saying, which is really, that's a narcissistic move, because they already know how he think. They already know, you know what I'm saying, and he is, and a lot of people say he's a genius. How fucking genius can you be to let a nothing ass, individual get in your pockets like that, knowing that, she's a goddamn, coming up off of videotapes, doing all type of pornography with other motherfuckers, and they bragging about, and you knew this ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? So you keep saying that that's a mentally ill motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care who get mad, that's what it is. We got to quit, when our peoples is going, don't encourage them to keep going the fucking same way. You know what I'm saying? That's a weak nigga move. See, y'all just a yes nigga. Oh, yes, Kanye. Yes, Kanye. No, Kanye. No. Now, they're just like Michael Jackson and shit. He didn't fucking, he didn't, chiseled on his, his whole fucking skull. This nigga done chiseled on his whole skull. You see what I'm saying? The way, this nigga nose, cheekbones, chin, forehead, this nigga done just chiseled on his whole fucking cranium. You see what I'm saying? And so, he fucked up in that way. Somebody should have told that nigga. And a lot of people say he had the disease, the villa, whatever the shit, where it's got spots and shit, and your melanin started this. Motherfucking quit lying, nigga. You done fucking chiseled on everything. You see what I'm saying, motherfucker? You done chiseled on your nose, your chin. You did the whole thing, nigga. You see what I'm saying? So don't play, nigga. You bleach your skin. You see what I'm saying? And you did, and you fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Somebody should have told him, like, wait, Mike, you know what I'm saying? Listen here, man, you's a black man, nigga, you's a G-O-D. You see what I'm saying? You's a melanated, dark, handsome black man. Don't fuck with yourself, nigga. And nobody, see, you got them yes niggas, you know what I'm saying? And, and yes women, and yes Mike, just because he got the dollar. And whatever he, any little crazy ass idea that come into his mind, you got, you want a yes, man, get the fuck out the way. You the type of nigga that ain't worth nothing. You need advisors that's gonna look out for your best interest and tell you what's best for you. And ain't nobody told the boy nothing. Ain't told the man nothing. And so he done took a heavy L, and he's still out here taking. He gonna take some. I just don't want to. And like I say, it ain't up to me because you didn't already cross the line. But that don't mean I have to. Cheer a man's demise on because I do feel like and that's my opinion. Somebody else might not, give a fuck about my opinion. He might not give a fuck about my opinion. But I could see, in my own personal view, the demise is being set up for the brother. You see what I'm saying? Because you turn in every direction, and you beef with the black people one day, then the next day you in the beef with the motherfucking Jews. You see what I'm saying? And you saying shit to. He's calling out the husband, Donald Trump's daughter. You see what I'm saying? He's calling out, for Donald Kushner. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, that they got it out for him, and when he was in the White House and shit, and he said they was acting like they was the big motherfuckers on campus and shit. Even over Donald Trump. And, he said that they didn't really fuck with him like that. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, obviously, he's up there and he's finagling on that level, and he's C. You know what I'm saying? And so he done said some things. He said he about to go DEFCON on the Jew, and obviously he gonna backtrack. You know what I'm saying? Because they can hurt him. They can hurt him economically. You know what I'm saying? They can shut down his platform, even though he got money. They don't give a fuck about you having them little $3 billion nigga. That ain't shit. They printed that shit up. And they'll print up 3 billion more. That ain't shit for them to print up. They could put that shit in the computer. It don't mean shit to them. You know what I'm saying? When they got it out for a motherfucker, they could put all the obstacles in place, nigga, to make sure that the shit go down how they want it to go down. You see what I'm saying? And so, what he's doing, and he's backtracking. And a lot of people say, well, damn, he apologized to the Jews. Why didn't he apologize to black people? I say, well, shit, I explained it simple. You know what I'm saying? You're not that man's target audience. Let me get some of this shit up that this man got on. I say, man, what the fuck is this man got? I hadn't even checked. For none of Kanye shit. And like I say, I'm not, I don't hate on no motherfucker, man. Whatever, man. Whoever want to buy your shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that's that man's business. I don't fuck with no man money if that's what the man, you know what I'm saying? But I got my opinion of what, and I state my motherfucking opinion. You see, especially on my own motherfucking platforms. I ain't got no problem with that. Let me see where this shit at. Let me see. I had it up here where this, his some of his, I think it's right here. Yeah. Let me get some of this. So I want to look at some of, his gear and shit. Man, this man ain't making no clothes for no fucking black people. Motherfucker talking about he's a genius. Yeah, he might be a genius getting money off them white people, and that's all right. You understand what I'm saying? But what is you doing for your community, nigga? We the one that bought your music, nigga, and once you get all you can out of a nigga, then you gonna go to the bigger dollar. You gonna go to the bigger dollar then. Hold on, let me go on and get you. You gonna go to the bigger dollar, and then you ain't gonna see the nigga no more. You see, black people not. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop that one. Let me stop that one. Okay, let me get that. Let me blow that up. Boom. That's too damn big. Let me blow that, take it out just a little bit. All right. There we go. I guess I could have blew it all the way, but that's okay. I'll come in. And so, I'm looking at some of the shit that this man got. You see? Wait a minute, let me blow that shit in. Let me bring it up some so y'all can see. Look at them goddamn clothes let me take that banner out of there. Look at these clothes, man. What the fuck is that shit, man? You know what I'm saying? They look like they on goddamn Lord of the Rings with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why, people talking about why Kanye and shit ain't, he apologized to Jews, but he didn't apologize to black people because you ain't his target audience. You're not affecting his bread because he hasn't he's not designed his product for black people. He know I know goddamn well that niggas in Chicago not wearing this shit right here. I know goddamn, look at the nigga boots. Look at this shit, man. I mean, what the fuck is this, Willy Wonka? This look like some Willy Wonka shit, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is like, a fairy tale movie boot. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck gonna wear some shit like this? You know what I'm saying? Kanye fooling, man. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't make billion, I'm not hating on that ass, but nigga, you're not making this shit for us. You see what I'm saying? Real talk. And just because a man make money don't means he's moral. You see, in any sense, you know what I'm saying? What is this shit? You come up out the hood, my nigga, make something for us too. You know what I'm saying? Make something for us. You nigga, ain't no nigga wearing this shit. Straight the fuck up, man. Ain't nobody wearing this shit. And so you see him, you see him here and and you playing with them hair colors a little too much for me too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't like I say, man, because why am I saying this, man? I mean, these is traits that we associate with a certain lifestyle, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, we got to call it like we see it. And that's what's wrong with us now. We don't call because we think if we look at the fucking neighborhoods and shit and see what it look like now. Because most motherfuckers wait a minute, you know what? I'm sick of you motherfuckers, because I got to deal with the fact that this weak ass nigga shot this sister over a basketball game. You know why? Because it's niggas in the goddamn community that's pillaging and plundering the motherfucking community. And niggas don't want to say a motherfucking thing about it because you's a pussy ass nigga. And I'm going to just say it just like that. You get these goddamn insane maniac niggas diplomatic immunity in the black community to do whatever the fuck they want to do because you ain't got no masculinity nor no manhood. When I talk about manhood, nigga, the fuel for manhood, the electric fuel for manhood, nigga, is masculinity, and niggas ain't masculine. Fuck you ain't you laid up on mama titty too long, nigga. That your daddy wasn't there, nigga, and you laid up on that titty too long, nigga. And you didn't get that masculine energy that you were supposed to get. You got that goddamn estrogen, nigga, and you ain't never been really put in a rites of passage where a man, your uncles, your father, your older brother put your ass in a situation of adversity and work you through it from the beginning, put you in a situation of, and that's what a rites of passage is. You put your young G's in situations of adversity, that they gonna see in their lifetime, and you work them through it. When they fumble, okay, let me, how would you deal with this? Okay. And then when, if they, if they can't come up with a suitable answer, you work them through it. But you got to throw them in a situation of, and so a lot of these niggas ain't been in no situation of adversity. So they only know how to handle that shit like a bitch. Let me take a tea break, man. And so that's what's, you use a hoe, nigga. You don't want to stand and you don't want to be masculine. You don't want to tell your brother what's right for him in love, even if it hurt his feelings. You try not to hurt his feelings, but it might hurt. And that maybe if you think it's gonna hurt your brother, and you still gotta tell him, pull him aside. Pull him aside. You know what I'm saying? Pull him aside. If you think you're gonna hurt his fucking, but just pull him aside and whisper in his ear and say, my nigga, this is because I love you. And I'm gonna just let you know, and you can be mad at me if you want to, but I'm telling you this, nigga, because I love you, nigga, and I want to see you on top. And these niggas gonna tell you whatever the fuck they want to tell you because they don't give a fuck about you, nigga. You might got a couple of dollars and shit, and they just like leeches and shit, and goddamn, what's them goddamn bloodsucker, them damn things you put in the goddamn aquarium, and they be to clean the goddamn fish aquarium. They be on the side of the goddamn aquarium that was sucking and shit, and that's what niggas is. You know what I'm saying? Just, suck a nigga dollars up, and when a nigga dead and gone, they don't give a fuck about you. Nigga, you could drop dead, they won't even show up to your funeral. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why they encourage, these young brothers just to be stunt dummies and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of these, brothers out here, they just don't, a lot of them is mentally ill. A lot of them don't know no better. And we don't have no system in place to teach a motherfucker how to be better as a man. And to be a man, you got to be masculine. You see what I'm saying? And be masculine, nigga, you got to be able to see adversity, look that shit down. And even if you in adversity, nigga, you don't sweat, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You kick that shit in a couple extra gears, nigga, in your mind and shit, where your mind is coming up with the answers, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Quicker than the other nigga on the other side that's trying to bring your demise, nigga. You got to use your mind. You can't be no little silly nigga and move with estrogen energy, nigga, and do silly shit. And that's what's happening out here, man. And so, at the end of the day, you is not a part of this man's economic platform, because he could say any fucking thing about you or disrespect you, and he ain't got to feel no economic pain. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't got, but the Jew can put that pressure on him, and so he gonna apologize to them. He gonna apologize to them. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this, and this go for Kanye, this go for Jay-Z, this go for all these niggas that been in the fucking game. And I'm about to get on this other video about this weak ass nigga that shot this sister 5 times with his bitch ass. You see what I'm saying? This go for all these rapper niggas out here. And he talking about white lives matter. And it's a fucking epidemic in the hip hop game where these brothers is just like I'm saying. Ain't never, all other cultures have a rites of passage because they understand the importance of training their young for adulthood. They don't just let them come into adulthood. They train them and prepare them for adulthood. You see what I'm saying? And so here you got an industry where, you got epidemic murders going on, and not just in hip hop, but across the board. But what could be critical about the hip hop game is so inspirational to the people. If we could get these brothers and sisters in this hip hop game to get their mind together, they could spiritually reach out to hundreds of millions of our people with that music and turn this shit around, or help turn it around. That music is a very instrumental in African people's life, culture, religion. spirituality, so we can get these young brothers and sisters to take back control of self and spit what we need to spit. We can help change this shit. You see what I'm saying? So you got all these old head niggas that then made millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. You understand what I'm saying? And they just like Kanye, and he's sitting up here talking about white lives matter where it's Chicago, and I know it ain't all on him, but it is much more shit that he could be doing on a visual level to let motherfuckers know he's upset about that. You see what I'm saying? You don't just turn your back on your motherfucking people, nigga, when you got an opportunity, and it really don't require you to spend no whole lot of money to fucking. You could get some venues, nigga, get some town hall, meetings going on, bringing in individuals that can, help go into these communities and talk to and put some money down here where they can have these type of rites of passage systems in their neighborhood, YMCA, after school hour programs where they teaching brothers and sisters how to, put together these rites of passage where they can come and bring them in here and teach them, how to deal with their people, how to deal with the brothers, how to deal with conflict. We did that. Put them in situations of adversity and guide them through it. This is how you do this shit. Don't be on that dumb shit and thinking with the first fucking thought that jump in your head, especially if you got high levels of estrogen. We got to get that shit down. We got to get our people back mad. We got to get our brothers back masculine. You see what I'm saying? So that they can, develop, the type of manhood that is needed out here. You ain't masculine, nigga. You got this estrogen, high levels of estrogen. You see? And so, family, I don't wish no demise on the brother at the end of the day. I don't wish no demise on the brother, even though he's totally crossed the line for me. You know what I'm saying? And, but, his life is not mine to, to spit no curse on him or nothing. That's some shit he gonna do to himself if somebody don't get to him and put something in his fucking ear. And so, you know what? Everything that's happening out here, this shit is set up to happen like that. You see what I'm saying? It's set up to happen like that. And to end, the reason why many of these old niggas rappers out here don't come out and say nothing to these young brothers and sisters, because they catalog was the catalog that bred these young brothers and sisters out here today. And so if they come out here and say, man, why what's going on? They're going to say, bitch, nigga, you was rapping. You done made millions off of it. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is you going to try to stop my bag for, nigga? You see what I'm saying? So they done made, and the crazy shit about it, while these niggas was already millionaires, they was still rapping about the dope, chopping up bricks and shit and this, that, and the third. And motherfucker, you sitting on 50 million, 100 million, and you still talking about chopping up bricks, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You was a fucking agent, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Quit rapping about that shit, nigga. You ain't been in that. It's one thing if that's your life and you just coming up out of it, but you ain't been in the streets in a long time, nigga. You a multi-millionaire. Rap that shit of how you sitting in these goddamn these business meetings and shit with these business executives and shit, and how they trying to play the brothers and sisters out here. Spit that kind of shit. Show them how they could be, businessmen and businesswomen without having to kill themselves. Nigga, that's y'all obligation to be able to do that shit. And it's a fucking shame that so many rappers and shit is out here dying, and you don't even hear these bitch ass niggas saying shit. I don't want to hear no tweet, bitch, nigga. Get y'all bitch ass down here, come together as a coalition and talk to this industry about change and what the fuck is going on. And all you radios and all you TV, and you talk about what this man just said about the Jew, And I ain't even get on what the fuck. I didn't even get on what I was going to show the Jews and what the fuck they be saying about black people. Shit, they didn't had our people for slaves. Go read the secret relationship between blacks and Jews. And then they had, and I'm going to come back and do a part two. This chief rabbi over there, sitting over there in Israel right now. Matter fuck this. Let me put this up here. Where that shit at? You gonna play with me? I don't give a fuck. Shit. Where's that shit at? Where's that fucking report? Man, over there talking shit about us, calling us monkeys and shit. I'm gonna just take a screenshot of it and throw it in there. And you know what? He said this shit back in 2018, right? You know, do you know that motherfucker still in the position? They didn't remove him. Let me chop this shit up right quick. And they want to talk, but this, you got to be really digging in the news to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Is it up there? Yeah, let me blow it up so y'all can see it. Chief Rabbi calls black people monkeys. You see what I'm saying? Chief Rabbi called black people monkey, and and that ain't the first time that he done it. And you know what? I'll get the other report. This is just one thing. You see what I'm saying? And the crazy shit. Wait a minute, y'all. The crazy shit, how they refuted, the peoples that the antagonizers on, they were speaking against him. What this rabbi's office, his secretaries, what they replied was, they said he backed it up by what was in the Talmud. The Talmud is their sacred book. So he said that, his spokesman from his office said, well, he was quoting from the Talmud. And so I didn't bring out the fact that they got all these racist ass books that they call holy books, where they in there calling black people monkeys, soulless, say we don't even have souls. And I guarantee you that you could go into the mass majority of Jewish libraries and find all of that, because it's the top scholars that then quoted all of that shit. You can find it and it's other people that then wrote books outside of the secret relationship between blacks and Jews, documenting they top scholars that believe that black peoples are soulless, that they are goyim, that they slaves for eternity. I just read this shit forever and said it's against their laws for a Jew to release blacks from servitude. It's against the law. Say they should be held in slavery forever. Do you understand me? Forever. It's against the law for them to release a black slave. I say, well, goddamn. And they mad because this man said he gonna go DEFCON on Jews. I'll tell you, when you powerless, I'm gonna tell you this. Black people, you better get your shit together. Straight up. Because the shit, because even when your dollar count, I'm gonna get the hell up out of here because I got to get on and get his sister, her airplay. You see what I'm saying? And talk about what didn't happen to this sister in her demise. You got power. You got power, but you don't exercise shit. You too busy, monkey tosis. You know what I'm saying? All this crazy shit. You see what I'm saying? Don't exercise, you have the potential of power. You understand what I'm saying? And you cannot get it together to make a motherfucker respect you for nothing. Straight the fuck up. You will not do it for shit. You allow people to disrespect you, say any fucking thing about you, and you still run right to them motherfuckers and give them every fucking dollar that you got. This is fucking pathetic, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to get to this next generation. You know what I'm saying? We have to, in any kind of way that we can, and try and give them the proper understanding of who they are and what they must do. And it don't got to do with shit about no public education or shit. This is shit separate from all of that shit because we trying to leave all that shit behind anyway. We need our own nation, man. We need our own education, not having just up the block and still inside of the gut of the beast. You see what I'm saying? No, we got to be free from these people. We must be separate doing our own thing, and we got to inspire our babies that they can fulfill that destiny. I don't give a fuck how defeated you worthless, tired ass niggas is. We must infuse in our babies that is a possible dream that is possible and that they can achieve it and they must achieve it. You understand what I'm saying? If they want to be better and do better than they worthless ass ancestors, and I'm talking about the ones that's here today and some of them niggas that didn't pass too. You understand that then left our ass in this predicament because they didn't have the courage to take it the steps, forward that they needed to take it to. So I'm not just every ancestor ain't an ancestor that needed to be called on. You know what I'm saying? Put it in these babies' mind that they can succeed in this global African supremacy. That's what I believe. This is the General Sarah Soon said he's saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.